Eating for Function by Renee Lindstrom, lifestyle coach, Feldenkrais practitioner, and founder, Inside Awareness Center for Integrative Somatic Learning. In the last 3 decades, one of the areas of consideration I have had with students is their lack of openness and willingness to explore eating habits. These habits are for food planning and eating. I have discovered a range of false beliefs and habitual patterning driving this closed-mindedness. It has been a quandary of how best to approach these behaviors that limit functional health and well-being. As a lifestyle coach and somatic functional educational practitioner, teacher, and mentor, this has caused concern for the lack of connection to food and its value in integrative functional well-being. The strategies I have come up with over the years are suggestions, recommendations, environmental stimuli, creating food examples, encouragement to engage in culturing foods, and more. The discovery is that people cannot change unless they are able to shift out of a repetitive pattern that has them locked into ways that they have become habitual and stuck beliefs. The biggest hurdle is the lethargy to taking new actions. Why? It shifts the environment, and this is the hurdle for many. The environment could be designer ready for appearance, and that becomes an influence to inner safety, or it could be chaotic in appearance, and that has the same conditioning. It is overwhelming to add another task. Regardless of being spotless and designer ready or chaotic and overwhelming, the same need for safety is at an emotional level, and it is the driving force underneath the willingness to shift behaviors. Both these examples and all the ones in between need empathy, patience, and time. Why? It's learned behavior and habitual. As a somatic empath discovering these learned behavior patterns, I began to use somatic guided patterning to shift it through integrating new behaviors. In the process of engaging with students, I discovered there was another strategy becoming popular, and that was talk therapy. The somatic focus is action-orientated, and the talk therapy is conceptual. As a trained communicator that processes spoken language on the inside and then is projected out in dialogue, I could witness the somatic disconnection in spoken word and actions needed to sustain transformation. Talking is not integration into a somatic reality. Actions are the only method for integrating sustainable transformation. As a Feldenkrais practitioner using guided somatic patterns for cultivating awareness, I have had success in balancing the somatic experience and cognitive conceptual needs for creating mindfulness in eating for function. Habitual cognitive focus of attention habits can be transformed into a focused awareness approach. Exploring mindfulness in eating for function is important as it transforms the cognitive focus to improve nutrition for the brain, nutrition that will slow down the brain's aging process. This concept is an important alignment in the focus for eating for function. One cannot meet the brain's nutritional needs by talking about it. This is an experiential need. In fact, this life coach and practitioner has experienced that when the nutritional needs of the brain are met, the resistance to change and the lethargic behavior dissipates. It is as though the foods people resist are the foods they need to keep their brains healthier and younger. What began as a functional integration practice transitioned into including lifestyle coaching to support food planning for eating to support function. However, this meant doing these patterns myself before speaking on them. My kitchen has been interesting since 2016 when embarking on this endeavor. It began with students who stopped eating completely and in numbers that went over the limits of my window of tolerance. Students that had been preconditioned through addictions to social trends focused upon self-image and diets. After years of social conditioning, they believed food consumption was not important. This social conditioning created a transference from food to externalized self-image and appearance physically and in the kitchen. After the heaviness of exploring change for transforming learned behaviors, one of the strategies was to have fun with food and make it playful. This was the incentive to write Eating with the Chakras Color Spectrum. It is available on Amazon. The link is below. Eating with the Chakras Color Spectrum starts with structure. Eating with the Chakra Color Spectrum offers 3 guided patterns to choose as the structure for enjoying this concept's integration. Next step layers guided patterns. 1. Chakra food using color. Once choosing the structure, it offers guided food patterns for choices to employ them in food planning. These patterns match the range of 7 colors reflecting the chakras. Number 2, learning chakra foods and emotions. As a communication and behavior coach, this book also includes the connection to the chakras, colors, and emotions in balance and out of balance. 3, introduction to food, emotions, and needs. All emotions have a root cause. Often the emotion is physically preconditioned before an environmental influence stimulated an emotional reaction. As a lifestyle coach and functional integration practitioner, I have learned one of the major causes is a lack of nutrition, feeding the body's individual organs. 4, and more. Did you know the brain is an organ? Did you know the gut has a direct link to the brain health? Did you know that once you consume food or liquid, you have no cognitive control over how it's processed? It is an autonomous internal process that has its own ability to assess what the substance is to program how to digest it. Come on this journey of awareness through eating and discover Eating for Function. Start by subscribing to this website for new posts. Following on Facebook, link below. Post tips on Facebook first with regular tips and insights. 3. Subscribing to 1, 2, or all 3 YouTube channels. Links below. Number 1 is Awareness Through Health on Inside Awareness Center's playlist. Eating is a programmed topic in this life area. Somatic eating is number 2, and number 3 is my podcast. Remember to have fun in the creative process. Treat it with the same patience, tolerance, and connection you would like in your relationships. You are developing a relationship with what you are eating, and every expression poured into it is what you're digesting later on. The question is, are you pouring love and inspiration to it? Eating with the Chakra Color Spectrum is available on Amazon. The link is in the description box below. Awareness Through Eating is the life focus of Inside Awareness Lifestyle Influences. To learn more on this health and wellness life area, click the link below. Healthy eating equals healthy function, cognitively, emotionally, and physically. Renee Lindstrom. Please subscribe, and thank you for listening or reading this post, and I'll catch you on the next one.